All right, by now you're pretty familiar with this image of a function machine. So we have some kind of an input and it goes through this process of this machine. However, now we're starting to change the notation. Instead of using a y, we're going to use f of x. Now remember that's read as f of x, where this whole thing is thought of together. All right, so you've looked at an input, which is x, so we're going to call that our input. Y is our output. Again, we've changed the notation. Instead of using a y, we're going to use the symbol f of x for our function notation. So we have an input-output table. So now let's say I gave you x was equal to 2. And we want to know what f of x is going to be. What happens when we put in 2? What's going to pop out? So one of the things I like to do is write down what are we given, and then I write the function next. Right? So I'm asking myself, what am I going to try to find? Right? If I know what x is, I'm going to replace that wherever I see an x. So I'm going to put a 2 here, wherever I saw an x. Now this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the value of my function when x is equal to 2. So f of 2 is equal to 6 plus 1, or f of 2 is equal to 7. That's my output. So my input, my output. So in my table, I can think about if that's 2, this is going to be 7. All right, let's say now, instead of giving us the x value, they gave us the f of x value. They told us what the answer is going to be for this one. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say f of x, that's what we're given, is equal to 10. The second thing I'm going to do is write down my function. F of x equals 3x plus 1. Then I'm going to ask myself, what did they give me? They gave me f of x. So I'm going to replace f of x with 10. So we have 10 here equals 3x plus 1. Now I'm trying to find x, so I'm just going to solve for x. So subtract 1 from both sides. I've got 9 equals 3x. Divide both sides by 3. And I've got 3 equals x. So now I've found what x is. I can put that into my table, and there we go.